Developments in the war in Yemen this hour. Sources in Aden have told Al Jazeera that Arab special forces are in the city. We have these exclusive pictures. It is said to be those ground troops. Saudi Arabia denies the reports that its troops have entered the port city of Aden to support the forces of the exiled President Abdurrahman Mansour Hadi. Pro-Hadi officials, though, say at least 40 special force soldiers have landed on what they call a reconnaissance mission. According to Ali Al-Ahmed, who is a spokesman for the Southern Popular Resistance, the group of soldiers arrived in Aden on Sunday to target Houthi fighters. There are reports that fighting has already taken place between those troops and the Houthis around the airport in Aden. But Saudi Arabia has denied that it has any troops on the ground in Yemen. Let's go to Riyadh now, speak to our correspondent Mohammed Val. I mean, the Saudis seem to be quite unequivocal about this at this stage, Mohammed.
Yeah, Kamal, not quite so. If you have listened carefully to Ahmed Al-Asiri, Brigadier General Ahmed Al-Asiri, the spokesperson of the coalition forces, he dodged the question by Al Jazeera on this in this respect. But also, he, on a couple occasions, when he was asked again and again, he always said, "I can confirm that the coalition forces have not put troops on the ground today in Aden." And he used this word today, and to me it's like, you know, why did he repeat the word today? And that means to me that there is something going on. And also he said that, you know, we don't reveal information about an operation that is going on. So these are his words. So he, on the one hand, denied, and on the other hand, he left the door open for speculation that there might be something really going on in cooperation and in coordination with the coalition forces there in Aden.
Right, I guess leaving the door open because there is every chance that this will happen at some point. We've had a war there for some time. We've had airstrikes and campaigns and the like. We've had troops near the border. Troops going in at some point would seem like some sort of natural progression.
Yeah, that's true. But also, let me remind that you know, the Saudis have always, you know, they threatened, they used the card of ground invasion, but there was every expectation that this might not happen. They have always been trying to avoid it by heavy airstrikes, trying to achieve the goals from air and not have to send troops on the ground. And also, everybody knows the difficulty and the heavy cost of sending troops to the ground in Yemen. It's a mountainous area, and the Arab troops are not familiar with the ground there. And the Saudis have, and their allies have always been, in the last several weeks, trying to achieve the goals on the ground in Yemen without sending troops. And they have been mobilizing, trying to help with weapons and cash and every other type of help to help the pro-Hadi troops and militias there in Aden and in other parts of Yemen to do the job. Of course, it's clear that there is a lot of difficulties in that, the coordination on the ground, centralized leadership and command in Yemen. We haven't seen that materializing yet, and we have seen that, you know, it's different groups scattered there and, you know, doing individual efforts. And right now, also, it's a bit confusing that, you know, if the Saudis and their allies want really to launch a ground invasion, why are they not talking about it in the open? They have always been clear in their reports about what they do in Yemen, and we have to wait and see why this is seemingly being done in a clandestine way at this particular stage, and whether there will be a ground invasion there on a wider scale in the next few days or a few weeks.
Mohammed Val's in Riyadh. Thank you, Mohammed, for that. We've also got Al Jazeera correspondent, or Al Jazeera Arabic correspondent, Hamdi Al-Bukhari, who is in Aden. He's just sent in this report.
It is confirmed beyond doubt by sources in the command of the Popular Resistance in Aden. We also spoke to some of those troops who spoke to us in a clearly non-Yemeni Arabic dialect. It was even more obvious on the battlefield. We could easily notice the difference in the military gear of those few soldiers from various Arab countries. I also spoke to some resistance fighters who told me that these troops are of Arab nationalities. Even if the coalition kept it secret, it was clear in reality, especially that the Popular Resistance in Aden confirmed the presence of limited Arab ground troops. I repeat, limited. Also, similar groups were dispatched to other cities, but the major battle is now in Aden, for the airport, which carries great political and military significance.